involved in them?
I don't think it's devalued in any way, shape or form. It doesn't matter how long ago it was you've been involved in it, or how recently. I think it's a Merseyside derby, and like everybody that's involved in it, they think it's the most important one. But similarly, the people from Birmingham that have Villa in Birmingham, we think theirs is the biggest. Rangers and Celtic, they think theirs is the biggest. So, and they're right, but they're only the biggest when you're in competition with each other.
How do you think this compares to the other derbies that you have been involved in now? Is this the biggest for you?
It is, because this is the one I'm involved in. So there's no point in having a league table of games that you're not involved in, is there? Or clubs that you're not involved with. But for me, as I try to say there, maybe no too eloquently, I think whatever derby you're involved in is the most important one for you.
For Charlie Adam, Andy Carroll, Lewis Suarez, Stuart Downing, it'll be their first experience, obviously, of a Merseyside derby. Do you have to do anything to prepare them for this? Is there any advice you can give them?
No, I think the Rangers Celtic derby will have given Charlie a good grounding. For Andy, the North East derby isn't it to be undermined either. And for Stuart, Villa Birmingham, it's not the smallest of derbies either, is it? So they might not have experienced one of these derbies before, but everybody nowadays has experienced a derby of some sort.
Your last time as Liverpool manager at Goodison was the 4-4 draw. How do you look back at that time in your career now, Kenny?
No, well, if we get 4 goals Saturday, we'll be delighted. So we've been through all that many times before, and there's no point in us revisiting it. But we'll settle for 4 goals. 4.
You see that? Will it be as entertaining as that, do you think?
Well, if it's 4 for us, it'll be entertaining. I wouldn't think it'd be too entertaining for the blue half of the...
Do you have a favourite derby memory at all? When you look back at it?
No, I think the most poignant one was 89 FA Cup final for us. Not just for Liverpool because we won it, but I think for the whole city. The city of Liverpool. And I think another poignant one was the first one, 86, when you see fathers going to the game with the kids. One red and white, one blue and white. And I think that spoke volumes for the city, both cup finals, and how they could conduct themselves and how much the clubs meant to the respective one that you supported. So, no, that's the most vivid memories for me in derbies.
Because it's a derby, is there more to weigh up when deciding whether or not to start with Steven Gerrard?
No.
Just thinking from the point of view of the impact that he's had in the past, but
No.
the frenetic nature of the game.
No, to be fair, Vinny, I don't think you were thinking.
I always do.
Because you were never going to get an answer anyway. The game's not the important thing. Steven Gerrard is more important. And as we said before, we'll manage Steven as well as we possibly can.
Have you ever had to deal with a player who doesn't want to play in the game as a manager?
No, I remember when I was a player manager, there was a player who was really upset when he was left out, and that was me.
How did you deal with it?
I had a word with Marina. I said, this is out of order. No, not that I can remember, Vinny, but...
It's just the Buru ethos has always been that no one's bigger than the club. So how would you deal with a player if they were to do that to you? Or how do you instill those beliefs as well?
Well, it's difficult for me to find someone who I could speak to because I don't think that's ever happened at Liverpool, thankfully. So I don't know who I'd go to chew the cud over with that one. But certainly if somebody refuses to play for you, you've got a problem. But fortunately we don't have that. And if somebody else has got their kind of problems, I'm sure they'll solve it themselves. But until it comes across our doorstep, there's no point in us even contemplating what might happen.